Welcome back to Nostalgianomics and a state of the Pokemon hobby video. Pokemon hobby? Pokemon hobby? I don't know, it's one of those. But a state of the market, right? Surprise, surprise, it's white hot. It's stronger than I think it's ever been, more healthy than it's ever been, and anyone telling you otherwise is straight up lying, or they're just bitter and trying to find something to be angry about. You can always find something to be unhappy about in the market, but overall it's very, very strong. Quick interruption to the video to shout out today's sponsor. It's Low Popping. Guys, lowpopping.com has got something for every single one of you collectors out there. It doesn't matter if you're into Japanese, English, modern, vintage, slabs, sealed, video games. It really doesn't matter. The cool thing is, too, if you're buying, selling, and trading, Low Poppin' is the place to go. They're always taking trades and always looking to take in collections if you are looking to move on to something new. If you want to reach out to them, you can find them at Instagram at lowpopping or email at info@lowpopping.com. The link will be in the description and the comment section below. So let's start out with the brand new stuff. We'll work our way back. All right, so brand new stuff. What more can you ask for? We have a set coming out in Twilight Masquerade, right? Where it's already over $100 a booster box, over $600 a case. You have the first card to hold over $200 value in the set in the Scarlet Violet era. This is even with having multiple Charizard sets, tons of other great Pokemon and great hits. We now have a set with over a $200 market price near mint card, going for $700-800 in a PSA 10. Right? We've got other great hits in the set. The set's performing very well. Stores are making money. Distributors are, getting low on it. And it's being opened in mass. Collectors love it. All right? Then you move back through the era, right? Temporal Forces, Paradox Rift, right? They had their initial upticks when they came out. They had their downfalls afterwards. Now they're all upticking again. The cards are rising. The sealed products rising. Everything is good. Then you get back to the early stuff. The SV base, right? The Obsidian Flames. Lower performers, but they're not tanking. They're staying stable, they're steadily rising. Some of the singles in the sets are actually steadily rising, performing well. Paldea Evolved, crushing it, absolutely crushing it. It's the deepest set in the era. The cards are all doing well. We've had some spike and they've cooled off. They're still holding very well. The Magikarp is still leading the whole era. It might have just got outclassed by the Greninja, but I think it's second now on the top graded card in the era. So that's extremely well. The specialty sets, Paldean Fates 151. 151 sealed product is doing extremely well. Paldean Fates is just kind of but the cards in both sets are still performing extremely well, holding super high values, some of the highest values in the entire era. So Scarlet Violet set, whole block doing amazing. If you're asking for more, if you're worried why your boxes aren't $200 a box yet, you haven't been in the hobby long enough, you don't understand how this works. That's more of a 2, 3, 4 year time frame when you're looking for that. You're not expecting boxes to get $200 in the first year or 2 years usually. So that's nothing to be negative about. This is a good, healthy, strong market. Now, going back to Sword and Shield. This is where some people are unhappy, right? And it really depends on when you got in. Now look, I don't care if it's Pokemon, the stock market, crypto, housing, it doesn't matter, right? If you are buying into a market where it has just had 100, 120, 150% growth, you're already getting into something that's extremely risky, right? So anyone who bought into alt arts and trainer galleries when they were at their tops after they had already seen hundreds of percent growth, yeah, you might have got caught. You might be down a little bit. Doesn't mean you're going to be down forever, but yeah, you're probably a little negative. Anyone who got in when I was making videos when all the charts were going down and no one wanted them then, you're all doing fine. Right? Even after the big spike and now the cooling off, people taking profits, things are kind of calming down, you're still probably up 50, 80, 100%, even though you were up 150, maybe 200% before. And so you're still doing extremely well. So it really has to do with when you got in. But look, guys, if you're buying into anything on the uptick, into the hype, it's always risky. And so I understand being a little negative there if you got in at the wrong time. Booster boxes, you're fine, right? Sword and Shield base, amazing. 350s, 380s sales. I mean, it literally was in the 200s not even a year ago. Rebel Clash is holding steady. Vivid, Darkness, holding steady, not dropping. The cards are remaining steady. Actually, the Pikachu VMAX is rising. You have cards in all those sets rising. Maybe not Darkness. Darkness is pretty steady with the Charizard. But SV base, you're having, the Snorlax and Marnie performing well. And Rebel Clash, you're having the Giovanni's Boss's Orders performing well. Maybe it's in sympathy with the Team Rocket set announcement. Don't know. But then you get into like the middle era stuff, right? The Battle Styles. Hey, it's not going to the moon, but 130 something, 140 something for a Battle Styles booster box. Can't complain too much there. Chilling holding over 200. Fusion holding over 200, around 250. And then you got Evolving Skies starting to make another run. If you haven't checked that. It's selling very normally over $700 a box now, $705, $710. There have been some sales at $750. It could make the run to $800 depending on how the supply does as it rises, but it is moving. Brilliant Stars Lost Origin, people are a little upset about because they had that restock, so they dropped back under $200. They're doing fine though, 180s, 190s, very good, high hundreds. Silver Tempest, Astral Radiance, very nice, high hundreds still. Everything's performing very well. Crown Zenith, after that reprint came, it dried up. Now those ETBs are rising into the mid to high 50s. Obviously Celebrations, Shining Fates, Pokemon Go, Champion's Path, those are all very stable. They're not crashing. They're not crashing anymore. They're all either even or to the upside. The cards are doing relatively well inside. So everything's stabilizing. Nothing really to be upset about. I mean, still good buying opportunities at these prices, right? And we could continue to see rises into the end of the year as things strengthen after the summer. So that's looking good. Going to Sun and Moon. What can you complain about? Almost every box in Sun and Moon, a lot of the ETBs even, all rising in value this year. Go look at the charts. They're all doing just fine. A lot of the singles, a lot of the top hit singles all in Sun and Moon are all recovering. Some are actually recovering to all-time highs. Some of the alt arts, all-time highs. Some of the Hidden Fates singles, so the top hits, they're all rising again. So you're having singles and sealed product alike all rise across Sun and Moon. You get to XY. You've got all the full art megas, a lot of the mega evolutions, some of the full art secret rares. They're all seeing massive upticks. I mean massive, 50+% gains, probably in sympathy to the announcement of the mega evolutions coming back possibly in Scarlet Violet era. And so a lot of people are making plays there. The sealed product is all starting to move in XY too. Go check the sealed product. It's selling more regularly, becoming more liquid. It's starting to rise prices. And so literally across all of modern eras, XY, Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, strength. Just strength. Sales, liquidity, prices hiring, demand. There's nothing bad you're going to say about it. Now, this is where negative Nancy's can come in. They can say, well, Alex, I'm not into modern. I hate modern. I'm into, mid-era, e-reader sets, WotC. Unfortunately, the market doesn't agree with you, right? The majority of the market feels, unfortunately, that a lot of those cards are outdated. They're out of the limelight. The price points don't make sense for what you can buy modern things for, and that's why you're not seeing a lot of sales back there. That's why the liquidity is lower, and that's why people are angry. It doesn't mean anything's wrong. It doesn't mean the people buying modern are stupid. It doesn't mean they don't understand collectibles and rarity and scarcity and pop reports. It's just what people want. And when you're trying to deviate away from what people want and attach your own strategies to it based on those things like population reports, rarity, scarcity, historical significance, all of that, you're making long-term guesses, and you're also making assumptions that there's going to be some kind of event or some kind of news out there that brings people back to those, even though they're pretty objectively more outdated versions of what the newer arts are going for, are looking like. And so a lot of the early stuff, like early Black Label or Black Star promos from WotC, Base, Jungle, Fossil, a lot of that stuff's still pretty liquid, still does pretty well. Once you get into later WotC, e-reader stuff, mid-era stuff, it definitely, the liquidity does go down. Now, we're not seeing crazy drops like we were during, after the big bubble in 2021 with COVID, but we're seeing a lot of stagnation. We're seeing illiquidity, not a lot of sales. Not a lot of price rises. Things are just kind of stabilizing. And that's good. I mean, it's still healthy. There's nothing to be ashamed about. Like, if that's stuff you want to collect, at least it's a good store of value at the end of the day, right? Maybe you're not going to see these gains like we're seeing in Modern, but you're also not going to see crazy drops like people buying in at the tops where the alt arts were. And so, it's a best of both worlds kind of sort of thing. And so, overall, though, it's really hard to try to find something to be negative about in this market. By the way, this is all happening in the summer. In the freaking summer, when things are always slower, sales slow down, liquidity's lower, people are spending money and their time doing other things. If it's this strong during summer, you better be worried once it gets to the fall and the winter and buying season. You better be worried if you don't have positions, if you're not picking up things while they're low, while auctions are going lower, while people are accepting deals because they want to get rid of things, do other things in their lives, right? Because these are the times. These are the times to accumulate when the things you were wanting are lower than when they used to be, right? While the alt arts are lower, right? While Brilliant Stars and Lost Origin had those reprints, they are lower, right? While Scarlet Violet era is all still very low. I mean, 100, 110, 90 a box, like, how much lower do you want it, right? I mean, are you waiting for it to go in the 80s and 70s? Probably is not going to happen again. A lot of the, your cards you've been chasing after that maybe were upticking maybe months ago, now they're down, could be a pickup. So overall, though, guys, I'm kind of involved in every aspect of the hobby. I see the content side. A lot of the content creators, they're doing very well. Views are doing well. They're not dropping a ton during summer, which is awesome to see. Usually they do. I know my channel is doing well. As far as the breaks, right? I'm a streamer, so I open packs. So I'm seeing the breaks do well. A lot of people still want to open packs, have fun, enjoy the hobby, have entertainment. You know, the Twilight Masquerade's still up there with the top set to be broken. Then it's Paldea Evolved, Crown Zenith, and a lot of and 151. All those sets are doing very well for openings, and so people are still wanting to open packs and enjoy the hobby, right? As far as the investing side, all the sealed product I invested in, it's all doing very well, stable, rising in value, no big drops. It's what you want to see. As far as like the buying and selling, grading card side, PSA's turnaround times, Beckett turnaround times are going down, so you're getting your cards faster. You know, the values are there. I mean, I don't know. I'm able to grade cards and make a profit, right? I'm able to you know, buy raw singles. The market isn't shifting crazily in the time I get them back. The 10s are going for good profits. The 9s, like always, they're maybe breaking you even. Maybe you lose a little bit after shipping and fees and all that type of stuff. But the buying and selling side's pretty good. I mean, every day I wake up to new orders on eBay, new orders on TCG Player. So, I mean, the liquidity is relatively good. Maybe it's not as good as it's going to be or was back in the early part of the year, but things are selling. People are spending money in the hobby. It's not all going to vacations and summer activities. And so when I just take a broad picture of the market, guys, I'm not trying to pump anything. I'm not trying to be the eternal optimist. I'm trying to look around and see what to be negative on. And I guess the only things you could say is, well, Sword and Shield, you know, Alt-Art and Trainer Galas are dropping, but they just had a major 100+% uptick, so it makes sense. Or you could look back and say, well, you know, mid-era, e-reader stuff, like early, you know, WotC, or, you know, not early WotC, but WotC stuff. Yeah, it's a little slower, a little less liquidity, not really rising. I guess you could say that. You could say, you know, Alex, the deals are disappearing. There's not as many deals on the newer Scarlet Violet era stuff. Everyone wants, you know, 95, 100, 105, 110 a box now, so I guess that's a little negative. You can't get in really low. But I don't know. I don't really know where people are finding negative. Like, I mean, I'm open to it, right? I'm open to hear the negatives. I'm not just trying to, like, push any agenda here. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe I'm just detached from, like, other people and what they're doing in the hobby. But as far as everything I'm doing, it's all on the uptick, right? If you take this year compared to last year, everything else on the uptick. Content's great, the stream's great, the buying and selling is great, the grading's great, the investing is great. I don't know. Seems all great to me. So, yeah, try to drown out any negative rhetoric out there. Like, no, the things aren't strong, or, you know, I don't know, whatever else anyone's saying, trying to, like, you know, be negative Nancy's and try to bring down everyone and get them all depressed and things like, you know, this one card drops, so therefore the market's in shambles. I don't know. But that's all I got today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay the market strong. And subscribe to the channel if you're not yet. Be back here in a new one soon. I'm out.